the stage, to move more on the stage, and to focus on a couple of things, not on everything I would like to. Our next speaker was Alex. Alex, I like the way you create your stories. It doesn't matter if it is imaginary story or your own story. You are a great storyteller and you know how to present the stories to your audience. The only thing I will mention is sometimes for me it is difficult to follow your story because your stories have lots of curves. From the one hand, it's really cool and you're a master how to do it. From the other hand, sometimes it's difficult to follow your story and to understand the main point of your story. Our next speaker was Serge, who also left us. I think that it doesn't. I'll just omit him his evaluation. Our next speaker was Anna, who told us about her traveling to Florida. Anna, I like the way you can create a picture of imagination in the mind of your audience. Because when you are talking about your traveling with your grandmother, everyone imagines how it is. And I think that everyone knows what is, about these boiled eggs in the train and about these questions. Are your hands already washed and all the rest? Thank you for it. You were very creative and the artistic way you are performing on the stage. Thank you. And it's time to announce the winner. And announce the winner was the winner. Because we have two winners on our today's table topic session. And the winners are Alex and Victor. Thank you, Victor. It's for you. And thank you, Alex. It's for you. Look at me, please. Smile once again. Great. Thank you, Victor. And thank you, Alex. Today we had a guest who visited our club for the first time, and I would like to invite you, Andrew, to the stage and to present you the Toastmasters magazine. Thank you for coming and thank you for participating in our table topic session.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Another question.
Yeah.
Which place or places would you like to visit if you have enough time?
If I had enough time, this is the problem. Money and time. So, I think that there are lots of places in the world I haven't visited before. And talking about it, I feel like the character of well-known movie, Breakfast at Tiffany's, when the main character of Audrey Hepburn said that there are so many places in the world I haven't visited before. But if to talk about my next traveling, I think it will be Italy, because I never visited Italy before, and I think this is a country worth of visiting. Thank you.
Yeah, that's the challenge. And it's time to invite on the stage our grammarian for today, Alexandra Davidenko. Please welcome.
All I can start with is that part and parcel of the grammarian's role is usually multitasking. Because not only do you concentrate on the content of the speeches, but also you have to notice great examples of language and some minor slips we could avoid in the future. So I would like to start with a few epic moments. I found them really epic. For example, I love the use of the word biodiversity concerning people. That was amazing. I appreciate it. We met the kangaroo, but he didn't enjoy it very much. Like that. And most of my grandfather's experience belongs to the previous century. Let's face the truth. Okay, but at the same time, I heard a couple of examples how we can replace most common adjectives such as good, interesting, and so on. For example, we can be not only tired, and things may be not only tiring and exhausting, but also strenuous, according to Graham. Not only good and nice, but also fabulous. not only interesting but also enlightening. So that was a hard act to follow, I dare say. Some combinations were great, like Fall into Eternity, also Unbeaten Path or Track, and Adrenaline Rush was maybe mentioned 3 times, which was extra relevant for the topic. And now to the slips. So my chief focuses were, of course, how to tell the story well, because when you're a storyteller, you cannot refer to the present too often. You have to stick to past simple there. That's why you will say not has but had, not has revealed but revealed, and that's something to follow. It will be a single storyline if you use just the past. Our problem sounds are as usual th, w, and sometimes a, so we cannot say travel, but we'll say travel. And concerning th, especially important is the use of thank you, throw, something, and so. Also, I would like to hear some difference between thing, sing, and singer. They are pretty different. When we talk about history and other stories related to our country, it is essential to pay attention to local names and their proper translation, because our native speakers may not know what Gorka is, although they might speak good Russian, but Voldemar Hill will be more understandable to them, as well as Princess Olga. And I noticed a few examples of interference, or what we borrow from our language and accidentally put into the English language. So in English, it's correct to say imperial as an adjective, but we say empire as a noun, not imperia or something like that. And when we go to a museum, what do we see there? Exhibition. So single items at every exhibition will be exhibits. We do research, not make research. And when it comes back to pronunciation, be attentive with the sounds like E, and certainly you go to the beach to swim. Last but not least, there are a couple of words I would like to quote for you, and you check the way they sound. They are gorgeous, buried, earlier, sword, before, technique, and determined. So let's be determined and improve our grammar till the next time. I'm sure we'll do our best. I'll run away.
To you. Friends, I would like to say that Alexandra joined Toastmasters recently, and she is a member of German-speaking club, Redner. And you've seen a great job, beautiful job, fabulous. And I would like to ask you, sorry for my German, I would like to ask you in German. Du bist das Mitglied für Redner Deutschsprachige Club. Welche Rolle ist schwieriger für Sie? Die Sprachstil der Rednerin oder in Deutsch? Oder grammatical role? English. In German.
Ja,
What was that?
ich möchte über die Sprache fragen. Für mich ist die Sprachstilbewertung sehr schwierig. That is the grammarian's role, or as we say in German, the evaluator of the style. Multitasking ist das Schwierigste. Und für mich andererseits ist es wichtig, nicht nur die Lehrerin zu sein, aber auch die Toastmasterin und sehr tolerant zu sein.
Danke.
Okay. So I was just going to do. My key point here was that really I find the role of the grammarian the trickiest here. And although it's part of my vocational activities, I wouldn't say it's too easy here. And I have to switch from the teaching or translating mode to the members mode. And it is a totally different role, which helps me to develop. I forgot though to mention how many times the target phrase or the phrase of the day was mentioned. So I would like to say many thanks to Ruslan. I heard it at least twice from you. Graham also 3 or 2 times, part and parcel. Anna Martinova and Victor, maybe somebody else, and they haven't spotted it, but that means that we achieved our goal. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mike Bedwell will deliver his counter report.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you.
I'm actually completely refused. Refused? No, I'm not. Bemused. Confused. Lovely language, is it? They ought to learn it. I wrote down in the half light here, distracted by the television, which is something that I've got a grasshopper mind, also that in general we do tend to promote in our minds the visual image over what we hear, however good the speakers. And just turning to one speaker at random, not me, I know you've been highly praised individually, forgive me, but I just couldn't hear what you were saying. It means you did very well, although I couldn't get any columns or R's. It did seem to me, perhaps I'm alone, that you were speaking through your teeth. Yes? Nobody agrees with me. Aren't I? Yes, I see. Right. Yes, I won't try to individuate and make such an insulting mess of that. But there were, I counted something like 12 amongst the whole club here, which is pretty good. And only 3 R's. And a lot of so's, yes. I think so is used by Swedish Ukrainians as a crutch word. So does imply that there's a logical connection between what you just said, perhaps the main clause, and the subordinate clause which is going to follow. Try to enrich your vocabulary by mugging up on some other conjunctions, conjunctural words for joining one idea to another, such as consequential. Despite this, it will just give your speech more variation, and nobody would dare say that they were crutch words. Did I talk about life? Hardly, I think we did talk about that. Nobody liked nothing. Or if you did, you used the word completely correctly. So congratulations. So much better than 90% of teenagers in my country.
Special question for you. I saw a short video when you rafted
Yes.
down the Thames.
Did you? Yes.
Could you reveal us details of that journey?
Yes, I could. It was some time ago, but I will actually try myself when I learn how. I'll edit that video so it goes on. I think Victor he's a bot and he can help me that. It does actually go on for 3/4 of an hour, which is much too long. A lot of repeated stuff because it's completely spontaneous. But it is one of the few achievements in my whole life was actually to develop a system of sculling a boat. And actually Alex taught me this weird way. Once or twice we tried doing it here on the METRO. It's a technique of sculling over the stern, and especially in rivers where there's not much space laterally, and when you need to go through locks, that I believe my method, if I can use that, is got some unique advantages, and I'd like to see it being used before I die. I don't think I will, but that is fine. That is more than enough. Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you very much. And we are moving forward. And I would like to invite on the stage Mikhail Yu Victoria with timeless reports.
So, prepared speeches. Alex used 7 minutes, 29 seconds. Vasily used 4 minutes, 4:48. Tatiana used 8 minutes, 47. Table topic speakers. Victor used 2 minutes, 28 seconds. Inna 1 minute, 46 seconds. Andrew used 1 minute, 47 seconds. Christina used 1 minute, 22 seconds. Tatiana 2 minutes, 12 seconds. Robert 1 minute, 19 seconds. Anna used 2 minutes. Alex used 4 minutes. And Serge used 2 minutes, 7 seconds. And Anya 2 minutes. Evaluate. Rina used 4 minutes, 28 seconds. Anna used 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Victor used 4 minutes, 30 seconds. And the related of table topic session, Anna used 6 minutes, 52 seconds.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Yes, my job. Пана Совершенко, please.
Big round of applause for Ruslan. Thank you, Ruslan. I like when you take the role of Toastmaster because you are really great at it and you are always well prepared and I really adore how you do it. Thank you so much. My friends, if you have some questions, some questions to Officers team, please come to us, come to me, come to our Officers team, please raise your hands. Everyone from our Officers team, yeah, and you are also our Officers team. Come to us. I mean that you are our guest and you can come to us and ask questions about our club. You are welcome. If you have time, you are welcome to join our after party with some food, some dishes, and a cup of coffee, for example, and discussing this meeting and all the questions you would like to. Thank you for coming. Thank you for participating in our meeting, in our table topic session. I know this meeting adjourned.